There was goals aplenty this weekend as the IGA National Premier League New South Wales Men's 1 turned on an Easter feast of football as the Sutherland Sharks travelled to Lambert Park to meet the RPL Leichhardt Tigers. Sydney United 58 travelled down the coast to meet the South Coast Wolves. Bonnyrigg looked to continue in top spot against the Central Coast Mariners Academy. Rockdale City host Marconi, with both sides looking for their first points of the season. Also, our match of the round sees Sydney Olympic hosted Blacktown City FC. That's all coming up on Football New South Wales TV. This is the IGA National Premier League New South Wales Men's 1. Both sides came into this one still looking for their first points of the season, and Marconi had an early chance to open the scoring in the 14th minute when Paul Kohler gave away a free kick on the edge of the box. Marconi's Shane Webb delivered a great cross, but Diego Barchena was on hand to produce a fine save. The match turned sour for Rockdale on the stroke of half-time when Alex Uriseski saw red for his challenge on Shane Webb. Webb was in everything, and in the 68th minute he weaved his magic once again before firing off a powerful save that was saved well from Diego Barchena. Nahuel Arate had a good chance to end the stalemate in the 75th minute, but he was unable to get a decent strike on goal. The point shared between Rockdale City Suns and the Marconi Stallions, but both finally have a point on the board. The Blacktown Spartans travelled to Cromer Park to face an informed Manly side. Manly scored 2 goals inside 3 minutes last week and almost had another early goal when Colin Eiley's header was tipped over the bar in just the 3rd minute. The Spartans settled, however, and would have opened the scoring in the 24th minute if not for the heroics of Manly keeper Dylan Mitchell. Matt Sim almost gave Manly the lead on the stroke of half-time when his shot rattled the crossbar. But Manly's pressure finally paid off in the 76th minute when Brendan Chalakian slotted home to put the home side ahead. It was drama late in the game and the Spartans almost snatched the point, but Dylan Mitchell denied them after a frantic goalmouth scramble. So 1-0 it ended. Manly continue their early season form. Sydney United 58 travelled to John Crayan Park to take on the South Coast Wolves, and they piled on the pressure early as Ben German's header in the 6th minute went narrowly wide. The Wolves though sprung a surprise, however, just 2 minutes later when Ricky Zuko opened the scoring with his cross-looking shot. Zuko almost made it 2-0 in the 31st minute when Marko Bozic tipped his shot over the bar. The Wolves sprung open the Sydney United 58 defence again a short time later when Mitchell Del Toco found the net, but the goal was disallowed for offside. Despite the Wolves controlling much of the first half, Sydney United 58 were back in it in the 53rd minute. Glavas scored from the spot for the 3rd consecutive week, 1-1. In the 68th minute, Sydney United 58 had the lead when last week's hero Miljan Pavlovic thundered his shot into the roof of the net. United thought they had sealed it in the 75th minute when Mitchell Stamatellas fired home, but the assistant referee flagged and the goal was disallowed. In the end though, Sydney United 58 march on with a 2-1 win. RPL were at home at Lambert Park hosting the high-flying Sharks and could have had an early chance had Brad Bartels been able to get on the end of Nicola Rizzo's cross. Nikola Taneski had a good chance to open the scoring in the 20th minute, but his shot failed to hit the target. Sutherland got themselves into the game and Pani Nikas tried his luck with a long-range free kick in the 28th minute. But it was RPL who opened the scoring just before half-time when Nikola Taneski showed a lovely bit of skill to beat his defender before firing home. RPL could have extended their lead in the 62nd minute after Keith Shevlin put a good chance over the bar, following the cross from Nicola Rizzo. Sutherland managed their equaliser just 6 minutes later when Ryan Norville spilled a Nikas free kick, with Perry Moustakas converting from close range. and it ended all square at Lambert Park after Leichhardt won, Sutherland Sharks won. The Bonnyrigg White Eagles look to continue their impressive form so far this season when they hosted the competition New Boys at Central Coast Mariners Academy. But Bonnyrigg's plans took a hit in the 27th minute when Chris Payne opened the scoring for the visitors. However, just as the Central Coast Mariners Academy thought they'd take a 1-0 lead into the break, Bonnyrigg won themselves a penalty in the 43rd minute. With Robbie Younis stepping up to make it 1-1. Bonnyrigg got the second half off to a flyer when Alex Mansueto made it 2-1 in the 49th minute. Robbie Younis got his second and Bonnyrig's third just a short time later with a neat finish in the 62nd minute. It became the Robbie Younis show from there on out as he rounded out his hat-trick by making it 4-1 in the 74th minute. And he had his fourth goal just 3 minutes later, making it 5-1 in the 77th minute. So Bonnyrigg setting the pace early and a tough night for the new boys. Bonnyrigg 5, Central Coast Mariners Academy 1. Our match of the round sees a rematch of the pre-season cup final when Sydney Olympic hosted Blacktown City FC. Well, they've turned it over straight away, and that's a lovely through ball. Barkis here tries to beat his man. Oh, it does well to find his way into the box. Here's Barkis here. Oh, I thought he'd lost a chance. Williams puts it away emphatically, and Olympic have the lead on 11 minutes. Look at the in-goal replay. I thought Barkis here had spoiled the chance. Just took a touch a little too heavy. And what about the finish from Williams? Emphatic. It's Blacktown trying to get back into this game. Oh, that's a good through ball. Here is Barkis here trying to get on the end of this. He goes down. There was a tug at the shirt. He's going to go off here. Referee's got the red card out of the top pocket and Zachary Cancross will go off. As we look at the replay, and yeah, he's got all the shirt there, and that is a red card. Now, that's Gat. Here's Miyazawa, nice little turn. Oh, thought he was going to shoot there, plays the ball into Miller here. What can Miller do? Cross comes in, Gaitaxis! 1-1! Well, that's the tonic they needed. A goal down early, down to 10 men, and almost on half-time, they're back level. And as Olympic, they won't be happy with that. They have been on top here in the first half. They've got the extra player, but somehow Gaitaxis finds the room in the 6-yard box and he makes them pay. Now Ginaros, cross comes in, not a bad one. It's bobbing around. And there's Williams again, thought he was going to shoot. No, Danaskos will. Oh, what a goal! An absolute stunner from Danaskos. And Olympic have their lead once more on 68 minutes. And Danaskos pulled the trigger. As we look at the in-goal camera, I don't care who you are, you're not stopping that. Always destined for the top corner. How nice is that? Good luck stopping that one. Gianaris with the throw-in. Gaultier turns his man well. Oh, finds Elrich. Chance to seal it, Elrich! Well, danger not over yet, Williams. Gianaris whips it in. Elrich again! Oh, two chances inside, 30 seconds to put the icing on this. But now Blacktown are away. What can they do? Can they make them pay? Here's Major. Could there be some late drama here at Belmore? Oh, Gaitaxis into the box. Oh, puts it over the bar. Oh, late chance, late drama here at Belmore Sports Ground. But that's the final whistle. Sydney Olympic in a thriller take all 3 points. It's Sydney Olympic 2, Blacktown City FC 1.
We dug deep, and that's what Blacktown City's all about. We work hard for each other, and unfortunately, sometimes things don't go our way, and we have to try and dig deep and push for each other, and just come up a bit short.
What's the mood in the dressing room after such a tough game?
Of course, everybody's disappointed. You mean like Mark said, we thought we had enough chances to probably get the 3 points, but I mean things don't go your way. I mean we had half chances, guys sent off, and so everyone's a little bit down the dumps. But you mean that happens, and we've got to do it all again Friday night at Arpia and get 3 points and move on.
Oh mate, we were happy with the win, but as far as the match in general, I think we done a lot better. Our performance was a little below par today. We didn't really have the intensity that we normally have in our matches, and that's kind of a cornerstone of our solid performances, our intensity, and it was a bit lacking today in the first half. We picked it up in the second half to our credit, but it still wasn't where it could have been.
Kingsley, you had a good personal performance today with a goal and a man of the match award. Are you happy with your performance out there?
Thank you. Yeah, I suppose I was happy. I wasn't really expecting man of the match, to be honest. It wasn't a game that I feel, I didn't get a grip of the game like I usually can. But, the boys worked hard. When Blacktown went down to 10 men, we took our foot off the gas. I think maybe we should have pushed further, and that's what the manager told us at half time. Went out in the second half, we got onto most of the second balls, picked up the tempo of the game, the passing was a lot better, and the goal came eventually. You have to be patient sometimes, against teams like Blacktown. A good side.
Yeah, I thought we started quite well, 11v11. We scored a good goal, well on top, and then they got a player sent off, and it made it difficult. I always know against 10 men they're going to always lift, and you have to go with them. And if you don't, you take your foot off the pedal. It becomes sort of a tussle and a tough match, and that's what happened today. Credit to Blackdown, they really put in a great effort in the conditions as well. It's quite hot out there. I felt that leading up to half time, I thought really, just really backed off to my frustration as well. So, in the second half, we had a chat at half time. We picked up the tempo, got the goal. Probably could have scored one or two, but still, I thought Blacktown still looked quite dangerous on the counter, which concerned me a bit. We'll take the victory. We'll take the 3 points. We were probably the better side last week and got nothing. This week, even though we're playing against 10 men, we got the result, and at this stage, it's very important.
Looking at the round 3 results now, Manly United defeated Blacktown at home 1-0. Arpia Leichhardt shared the points with the Sutherland Sharks at Lambert Park after a 1-1 draw. Bonnyrigg reaffirmed their place at top of the table with a crushing 5-1 victory over the Central Coast Mariners Academy at the Bonnyrigg Sports Club. Sydney United 58 were too good for the South Coast Wolves, making it 3 from 3 with a 2-1 win at John Crean Park. Rockdale and Marconi got their first points of the season, with both sides taking home a point in the 0-0 draw at the Ilinden Sports Centre. And in our match of the round, Sydney Olympic were too strong for Blacktown City FC, getting all 3 points with a 2-1 win. Looking at the table now, and there's 2 teams clear at the top, with Bonnyrigg and Sydney United both undefeated so far this season. Bonnyrigg hold top spot though on goal difference, following their crushing win over the Central Coast Mariners Academy. Sydney United 58 are in second spot, the Sutherland Sharks in third with 7 points, Manly United in fourth with 6 points. Alongside them on 6 points in 5th place is Sydney Olympic, Blacktown City FC in 6th with 4 points, Blacktown Spartans in 7th, Arpia Leichhardt in 8th, and it's a 4-way jam at the bottom of the table, with the Rockdale City Suns in 9th, Marconi in 10th, Central Coast Mariners Academy in 11th, and the South Coast Wolves anchoring the ladder with 1 point. Well, looking at the fixtures now for round 4, and it kicks off on Friday night at Lambert Park when the Arpia Leichhardt Tigers host Blacktown City FC. On Saturday night, the Blacktown Spartans host the Rockdale City Suns at Blacktown Football Park. Bonnyrigg White Eagles look to continue their winning ways when they travel to Cromer Park to take on Manly United. Sutherland Sharks are back home at Seymour Shore when they host the Central Coast Mariners Academy. Sunday, and Marconi host the South Coast Wolves at Marconi Stadium. Well, that's all we have time for this week's show. Join us next week when Sydney United 58 take on Sydney Olympic in our match of the round. This is the IGA National Premier League, New South Wales Men's 1. See you next week. Football New South Wales would like to thank its sponsors IGA, Subway, Coca-Cola, Elastoplast, Foxtel, Hummel and Nike, the official ball sponsor of the IGA New South Wales National Premier League's Men's 1.